What a fucking match. Hello and welcome to FTTR. I am Ewan McQuaid and today we are talking Elimination Chamber 2022, the pay-per-view that I finished about 5 minutes ago, and I hopped on here because I wanted to talk about it. I thought it was a good show with a cracking main event. Now I've got issues with the main event, but as a whole, I really enjoyed that match a lot. It was really great. But as I usually do here, I'm going to run you through the card, my thoughts on the majority of the matches. And yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Hit subscribe, pretty please, for more from the Top Rope content. And let's get into it, starting with the opening contest, which was Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. This match under-delivered for me. I thought it was a bit of an underwhelming opener because I was expecting a bit more. I was expecting a bit more plunder, a few more spears, a few more Superman punches, but no, it went about 5 minutes. There was a spear here and there. Goldberg did his Goldberg thing, Roman did his Roman thing, and Roman choked him out with the guillotine. That was it. It was a bit of a house show throwaway match and a little bit of a waste of Goldberg. I don't want Goldberg having, Okada level matches, but maybe a few more spots. Goldberg ended up bleeding again. So he does that every time he's in Saudi Arabia, which is weird. But yeah, I thought this match under-delivered a little bit for me. And yeah, could have been a bit more. But what was really fun was the next match, which was the Women's Raw Elimination Chamber, with the winner getting a shot at Becky Lynch at Mania. You had Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Nikki ASH, Doudrop, Liv Morgan and Alexa Bliss. The returning Alexa Bliss. This match for me started out a bit sloppy. It all seemed a bit too choreographed, as if they were going spot by spot by spot by spot. But when Bianca Belair comes in, it was just like a jolt of adrenaline to the match, and it really picked up, particularly the stuff with her and Rhea Ripley. I thought was really strong. The dual suplex spot was pretty sick. It was a pretty cool moment. And then, yeah, it sort of just, the pace quickened a bit. I thought Liv Morgan looked really good in this. Alexa Bliss looked good. I thought she looked a bit clunky, maybe because she hasn't been in the ring for a while, but it looked a bit off. I'm not really sure what her gimmick is. She sort of stuck out a bit to me. The main standout for me was Rhea Ripley. I thought Rhea Ripley did the power spots really well. She furthered her feud with Nikki ASH a lot more, which is probably going to pay off at Mania. Her and Bianca Belair are just the two stars of the Raw's women division, apart from Becky. So yeah, I really enjoyed the match. I'm glad Bianca won. I did for a second think that Bliss was going to win and we were going to go in that direction, but no, the correct story is being told, which is Bianca and Becky, which I'm all for. Next up, we got the first of two very strange video packages with Bobby Lashley and one with Seth Rollins later in the show. I thought they were going to do this for every entrant of the Elimination Chamber match, but no, it was just for Rollins and it was just for Lashley. They were good video packages, edited together well, but overall, I don't understand. I thought they were doing it for all of them. Anyway, the next match was Ronda Rousey and Naomi versus Sonya Deville and Charlotte Flair. This, we all knew which way this was going. Well, first of all, it had the weird gimmick of Ronda Rousey having her arm tied behind her back. Very strange, very unique. But Ronda is so good. The moves she executed with her arm behind her back were so crisp and so slick that I've missed her so much in that women's division. I love her run, her first run so much. And seeing her back and doing the throws, doing the arm bar with one arm, was just fantastic. And they teased her and Charlotte a lot, which I think is what's good. Obviously, you want to build a conflict for Mania. Naomi was so good in this match. She had loads of cool spots, really cool sort of corkscrew over the top rope plancher kind of thing. And yeah, Naomi needs so much more because she is brilliant. She's absolutely fantastic and they really need to utilise her more, especially after this match. Ronda and Naomi got the win, which is the right move. And yeah, it was a good fun match furthering two feuds that we'll probably get at Mania. You'll probably get Naomi versus Sonya Deville, and you are getting Ronda versus Charlotte, obviously. So yeah, a fun match that, yeah, I thought furthered the story well. It reminded me a lot of, I don't know why, but it reminded me a lot of Shawn Michaels and John Cena versus The Undertaker and Batista from I can't remember the show. It'll be above my face, but I can't remember the show. No Way Out, maybe? It might be No Way Out. Anyway, moved on. So the next match was Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss in a story that is terrible. I truly do hate Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin. I don't think it's just heat anymore. I think it's go away heat. I find them irritating. But this match was slow to begin with, but I thought it really sort of picked up towards the end. I think Madcap Moss's selling is really underrated. The moment when he got hit with the superplex from Drew, he sold it really well, and there's a spot where he hits the reverse Alabama slam and Madcap Moss's head just plants into the ground. It looked nasty, it looked gnarly. It was a bit scary, that. I was very concerned for Moss. But as it went on, obviously you get a few plunder spots, you get a few, tosses over the tables, that kind of thing. But the end came when Baron Corbin came to interrupt the Claymore and Drew McIntyre swung his sword at him, possibly trying to murder Baron Corbin. I'm not sure what the optics are of having someone swinging a sword like that at a Saudi Arabia show. I don't know if that's good, I don't know if that's bad. But it was very strange because he tried to murder him, essentially, or at least take a limb off. He tried to take a limb off. And then, sword in hand, claymored Madcap Moss. It was a very strange finish. I was laughing a little bit. I wish Drew had ditched the sword, but it was fun. It was an enjoyable match, but it was a bit goofy. It was really weird. The next match was Lita versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship, and this was a great match. It was really good to see Lita back in the ring. It was a bit formulaic in that Becky took a lot of the first half, just working over Lita until Lita made a comeback. They traded moves at the end. Becky tried to do the Lita salt, moon salt, whatever it's called, and failed. There were a lot of moments like that, like stealing each other's moves, and then a great near fall off twist of fate. And yeah, that was the match. Becky won, which is of course the right decision. She won with a manhandle slam. And yeah, of course, Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch is going to be great. Lita got a standing ovation after the match, which I thought was really cool. Really nice for her. And yeah, I think it was a good use of a Legends match, similar to how Trish Stratus faced Charlotte at SummerSlam. I can't remember the year, I'm not even going to try. Next up we got the Usos versus the Viking Raiders. No, we didn't. This seemed like a waste of time. Why would you fly them out to Saudi Arabia just to do that? What an absolute... they've probably got a nice payday, but what a waste of time. What a waste of time and energy. I'm not going to waste time talking about that. Then we got the men's Elimination Chamber with Seth Rollins, Austin Theory, Riddle, AJ Styles, Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. This match was absolutely fantastic. I loved the opening where everyone was just staring down everyone. Brock comes down and the Brock and Riddle just goofing off with each other. I thought it was really funny. And yeah, you got a lot of the sort of the work rate stuff. Riddle coming in and just laying out everyone. I thought it was fantastic. Riddle's so good. His time in NXT is amazing, and I love that man. His moveset worked really well with this group of characters. But Seth Rollins then powerbombs Austin Theory through the plexiglass, knocking out Bobby Lashley, and Bobby Lashley gets taken to the back. I think we were all expecting, him to come back in at some point during the match, but he didn't. Instead, it's announced that he's been taken out of the match and won't be competing at all. And then big bad boy Brock sort of just pushes his way out of the chamber and lays waste to everyone. He takes out Seth with an F5. He takes out Riddle with an F5. He then takes out AJ with an F5, and it leaves this brilliant, just I don't even know how to describe it, Rowan Atkinson level comedy that Austin Theory was really good at, selling the fear and just running away from Brock Lesnar around the chamber, climbing up the chamber, trying everything to escape. But the crux of this was Brock made Theory look great. After hitting Brock with a low blow, Theory got some offense in, got a 1 count. Maybe could have given him a 2. But yeah, Theory looked really good coming out of this and really funny. He's one of the future stars, and I think Brock went out of his way to make him look great. And then he F5'd him off the top of a pod. So yeah, killed him, ended him. Brock is the WWE champion, and that's it. That's all, folks. That was the end of the show. I was sort of expecting Cody Rhodes to come down. I don't know why. When he got taken out of the match, I was like, oh, there's an empty spot, Cody. But no, that didn't happen, unfortunately. And yeah, Brock versus Roman is champion versus champion at WrestleMania. Overall, I thought this was a good show. I think it started off a bit wonky, but by the end, that Elimination Chamber match was just fantastic. I absolutely loved it. So yeah, overall, I'd give this a solid 3.5 out of 5. I thought it was great. It was good. Good to great. Good to great show. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll try and apply to every single one of you. Thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.